Hey, me and Matt here, and I'm here with Killer Kyle, and we are not doing our usual Wheels of Fury video until Rebellion, but I've seen this a lot today, and I'm gonna, really starting to get pissed off, and, we talked about it on our Facebook chat, or on here, I'm not even sure, but whatever. So, apparently Will Smith is now banned from the Oscars. I really had enough of this shit.
Okay, there's no excusing what he did. Obviously, what he did was wrong. And he absolutely 100% did the right thing by apologizing for what he did. He was in the moment and anger took over, and, when you're madly in love and you get heated, you tend to do some irrational things. But as far as saying, oh, you're no longer going to be able to attend the Oscars because of your actions, it's like...
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, no, that's the truth. I mean, look, it's one thing to get pissed off at him for what he did, but, come on. Grow the fuck up, everyone. So here's the thing. And I had said this to somebody earlier today. It's like, I understand why people are upset. Here's a guy that's been wholesome and, doesn't cuss in his rap.
Yeah.
And, a family man, basically. And I guess this is why this is so fucking shocking. Now, I did a video recently. Yeah, over here, there. And, yeah, I understand why people are pissed. Here's the thing. Chris Rock didn't want him to leave the Oscars.
Yeah.
So what does that tell you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Chris Rock didn't want him to leave the Oscars. I'm sure... I think it honestly was one of those things where it's stay for the rest of the show, go to the after party, we can talk, we can hash things out, and, move on. And they more than likely did, who knows. But the fact that the committee that is in charge of the Oscars flat out was like, alright, lifetime banishment, you are no longer welcome here. It's like, go suck a donkey.
Fucking right. I heard too that Jada Pinkett Smith was embarrassed by Will's actions, and here's the thing, and I know I said this in my last video, he was in the right to tell Chris Rock to keep his wife's name out of his fucking mouth. I get that. But to go up on stage and bitch slap the shit right out of him, and then go back to your seat like you're the king. I understand people who, we're all human, and I can see that everyone has a breaking point, but it wasn't necessary to ban him from the Oscars either.
No.
Like any award show.
Yeah, any award show. And, everybody can formulate their own opinions, and they're entitled to their opinions.
Yeah.
And they have a right to speak their mind about the situation. But, it's getting to a point now where it's becoming, how far is too goddamn far? And I think a banishment from the Oscars is crossing the line.
Yeah, no, it is. Even had Ricky Gervais say that Chris Rock's joke was tame.
Right.
I get it, yeah. And he's a comedian. Christopher Titus did a video about that too, and a lot of comedians did. If you can't take a fucking joke, then you're an idiot.
Yeah.
That being said, there is something about Jim Carrey, who he said he's also a comedian, but or he started out as one. And he said that, yeah, I guess that Chris Rock should sue Will for, I can't remember what ridiculous amount it was. And I was a fan of Jim Carrey, you know. Here's a guy that wants to quit acting, but it doesn't matter. The fact is, I don't think suing is right either.
No.
I mean, if Chris Rock got, like, bloodied to death or whatever by Will Smith, I understand, but it was just a slap, you know, whatever.
Like, if you look at the video, there's no mark on Chris's face from the slap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's no blood, there's no swelling, there's no anything like that. It was just a slap, but it also could have been, you know, what you would call a stage slap, in my opinion.
Yeah, pretty much. And, you know, there's memes and shit about it, and I'm done with it, basically. And I know it's easy to just turn off the computer and go on Facebook or any social media where they're going to talk about it to death, but I mean, it's old news now. Time to move the fuck on.
So why don't you all do us a giant favor, take your hand, reach around to your ass, and pry your head out of it. And quit being such condescending little bitches.
Yeah, like, I mean, that's the truth. You know, we've done a ton of these videos about offensive shit and everything, and how this world is all fucked up. And it's like, it's a pandemic, and we're dealing with worse things than this. And then you got the Ukraine-Russia thing, and it's like smokescreen, you know.
I mean, I said this to one of the staff that was here one day. I think everything that happened during the last basically 3 years involving the pandemic. And then you got the absolutely unnecessary bullshit with Russia and the Ukraine. Now we got this Will Smith controversy. Come on, people. Get a life.
Yeah. That's the problem, is that nobody has a life. It's like we're so wrapped up in other people's personal lives, and, you know, let them fucking live. They made a mistake. And, you know, Will gets up on stage, and he has, like, tears in his eyes, and he's apologized. And people are like, well, why don't you apologize to Chris Rock? And, well, he did. He posted something on his Twitter or whatever. So that's what happened there. And then people were bitching about that. Like, you can't win.
No, you can't. You can't, and I don't think you're ever gonna. But it's like, are we at a point, like, put your time and effort into something else and stop wasting everyone else's.
Pretty much. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, when the next pandemic hits, we'll probably bitch about something else that really is none of our fucking business.
Inferior.
Yeah. But anyways. Yeah, I figured we weren't doing Wheels of Fury for a couple weeks, so
Yeah.
now throw something out. And so here it is. And yeah. Fruit Killer Kyle. And of course, me and Matt, we will talk to you. Rebellion, I guess. Wheels of Fury, next episode.
Yeah. Be back in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Bye.
Deuces!
So you know that them cutting WCW was a long time coming. But, you know, I think that there's this myth out there that Jamie Keller
Gnarly.
that's why he took pleasure in cutting WCW. I don't think that's the case at all. Because if you look at some of his earlier interviews, like